Hello everybody and welcome to MLB Walkoff, where we go into extra innings all the time, every time. I'm Jake Turner. Well everybody, Wild Card night is over here on this great Friday night, and lo and behold here, the Cardinals move on and they're going to defend their World Series crown, and the surpriser, the Magic Kingdom themselves, the Baltimore Orioles, will move on here. Unbelievable. Let's talk about the Cardinals and the Braves first off here. Sold out crowd at Turner Field. Braves were believing that they were going to win this one and knock off the Cardinals. And I know a lot of people wanted the Cardinals out of the playoffs this year. Because guess what? They're a threat. They're scary. They still, they lost Albert Pujols, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Because guess what? Pujols is sitting in his mansion right now in Los Angeles watching it on a big screen TV. While the Cardinals are still living the dream. Alan Craig, David Freese, Yadier Molina, they got it all still. Kyle Loesch, Chris Carpenter, Adam Wainwright. It goes on and on and on and on and on. Mike Matheny's done a great job with this team. But Freddie Gonzalez has done an even better job with the Braves this year, making them believe, even when they had some horrendously bad losses, this team still won 9 games plus. And you got to give credit when credit is due right there. The final score was 6-3. Kyle Loesch gave up only 2 earned runs. Chris Medlin, 4. Oof. Hey, you know what? That's tough for a young kid like Chris Medlin, but he'll be back next year. Trust me on this. But it was also kind of a saddening night as well for the Braves as they said goodbye to Chipper Jones for the final time as he waved his hat to the crowd. But, you know, even though the Braves lost this game, I'll tell you one fan base that lost their dignity. The fan base of Atlanta. You guys look like the Cleveland Browns back in 2001 when the refs literally, royally screwed the Cleveland Browns. But guess what? Even though they threw beer bottles and all that stuff, they still kept their pride year in and year out, aside from that one little incident. But come on, in a playoff game like this, in a wild card playoff game like this, there's no way in hell you need to act like a boorish, classless fan. Look, I'm a fan, okay? I'm a Minnesota Twins fan. A fan base that went 95 losses this year. 95, and last year we went 99. Do you see me throwing beer bottles at the TV screen? Do you see me throwing it on the field? What if one of those beer bottles would have hit one of the St. Louis Cardinals? Oh, now you would have really had a problem here. Now, the only reason this happened is because of a horrifying, bad call about this so-called in-flight fly rule. I don't understand it because this would have tied the game, or at least would have made it interesting. But I just can't believe it. I mean, yes, umpires royally screwed you guys, but you guys don't need to act to their level. They're just doing their job. The problem is you don't have to fall to that level. It's that simple. You don't throw beer bottles on there. You don't have an 18-minute delay for that reason alone. You just don't. So I highly recommend, you know what, Atlanta? Better take a good look at yourself in the mirror, because those few people that threw beer bottles on the field just made your fan base look like crap. Saddening. Saddening to say, but I just want to give one more brief shout out here to Chipper Jones. Hall of Fame career. Class act. Love the way he played the game. I love his unique sense of humor. He had the coolest swing that I've seen out of a player in quite some time. I friggin' loved it when Chipper Jones came up to bat. The guy was Mr. Brave. He will always be an Atlanta Brave. He will always be one of the greatest Atlanta Braves of all time. Chipper, you're going to be missed next year in Atlanta. I'm telling you right now. But guess what? Your spirit is going to live on. Even when you're retired and chilling out in your home, you know what? That little spirit of number 10 is going to come out, and he's going to come out swinging. Walk off, baby. And he walks off tonight. Now let's go to the Rangers and the Orioles. And, wow. These last 2 weeks for Ranger fans have just been demolishedly awful. 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we were about to crown these guys as the AL West champions. They were nothing. They were about to be ready for a 5-game series. Let's go. Game on. And guess what? Just as tonight, at 11:26 p.m. tonight, the Rangers are done. Season over, guys. Thanks for coming. Final score was 5-1, Orioles. Joe Saunders. Buck Showalter's magnificent revenge. Joe Saunders is 0-9 with a 9.36 ERA against the Texas Rangers lifetime. Guess what he did tonight? 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. He did his job. Darren O'Day came out. Got it done until 2 outs in. They brought up and they walked Napoli. So in comes Brian Matus. And he goes against Josh Hamilton, who's been slumping lately. And this is like his worst slump ever. 1, 2, 3. Gone. Simple as that. The Orioles just wanted it more. Even though the Rangers scored first, guess what? The Orioles, they played the game. They played it nicely, too. AJ Hardy looked good. Manny Machado, you have got to love this rookie kid. Ninth inning, going against Joe Nathan, one of the best savers in baseball, one of the best closers. And seriously, all the Rangers want to do is get back in this game. They're only down 3-1. Guess what? Machado, 2 men on. Hits a single, left side. Game over, everybody. 5-1. Machado. Love this kid. I love the Orioles, period. I love what Buck Showalter has done with this team. I love what the front office has done with the Baltimore Orioles. They've rebuilt them. They rebuilt Chris Davis. Chris Davis, whose best batting average as he left Texas was 200. This guy was electrifying this year. 34 home runs? Holy mackerel. You got to give credit where credit is due, everybody. And I mean, yes, Tommy Hunter's been kind of a bust, but Taylor Teagarden stepped it up. Darren O'Day, Pedro Strop, Baltimore Rangers. Interesting. Interesting. Tell you what, this is a magic kingdom, everybody. This is like Disney World right now. This is Disney World. Baltimore Orioles are Disney World, and guess what, Texas Rangers? You're Disneyland. Ouch. But I got to tell you right now, how can you fix the Rangers? My question. Now, everybody's saying Ron Washington needs to go. No. Look, I haven't been the biggest fan of Ron Washington over the past few years, but let's be honest here. 2 straight World Series appearances. Yeah, he lost, but guess what? He got to the World Series, for goodness sakes. Do you want to look at somebody to take out? I take out Josh Hamilton. Hey, listen, I love Josh Hamilton. I like what he's done, but guess what, guys? He went off the bottle. I think that's how you say it. I don't know about that, but he fell off the wagon. He fell off the wagon. He's had some difficulties with marriage, and then he also gives an excuse about his eye. Look, I know, I have eye issues too. Okay, seriously, I might be blinking about 5 times in like about 10 seconds. It's just that simple. But guess what, Josh? You can't blame it all on an eye. You have to blame it on your batting. You have to blame it on your heart. And it just looks like you have none left. I saw those swings tonight. You were desperately trying to get something going for the Rangers, and you couldn't do it. You just couldn't do it. I don't know what else to say. And then also, yeah, okay. And Ian Kinsler. Yes, 2 for 3 tonight. Congratulations, Ian. But guess what, Ian? This is what I see you doing all the time. You try to go for the long ball. Your job as a leadoff hitter is to try and get the ball on the ground and get some guys on base. That's what you're trying to do. That's your job. You're not freaking Robinson Cano. You're not these guys. I'm sorry to say this. He's a great second baseman. But when it comes to hitting, he's one of the worst leadoff hitters I've ever seen play the game of baseball. It's embarrassing, especially when a team as good as the Rangers could come out like this. Well, listen, I like Kinsler. I do, granted. But I can't stand the way he plays baseball. Seriously, you can't keep going for the long ball over and over again. Because guess what? 9 out of 10 times, you're going to pop fly that baby. And you did. You did it against the A's, for God's sake. You lost 12-5. You looked like an embarrassment. Flat out. The Rangers blew this. This is an epic collapse. Everybody says, oh, it's not that epic. Yeah, sure. 2 weeks left in the season. Orioles are down 3 games. All you have to do is win a few, beat the A's, and you win the AL West. It's that simple, but you got swept. So how much else can you say about the Texas Rangers? Except they're one of the biggest collapses in MLB history. It's so simple. Sorry to tell you guys. And I'm telling you right now, Orioles and Yankees, now that's must-see TV. That's going to be something really special to see. Well, folks, that's it for MLB Walk-Off tonight. If you got any comments or concerns, why don't you go to turnerstakes@yahoo.com or check out my Facebook page, Turner Stakes. Hey, nothing's out of bounds here, folks. You saw this tonight. You'll see what I can do tomorrow. They're ready big time, guys, because Orioles, Yankees, we got Nationals, Cardinals. This is going to be some fun baseball. So I'll be around for the whole postseason here on MLB Walk-Off. And until next time, this is Jake Turner saying, we go extra innings every time, all the time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.